live on episode 9 already. So welcome back, everybody, to our Cutting Myers podcast.
Yeah, it's actually sad because it's our last podcast
What do you mean, our last podcast?
in single figures.
Oh my gosh.
We moved to number 10 next
I thought
time.
you were trying to tell me that we're not doing anymore. My heart's sunk then.
No, we're not doing anymore. No.
Oh, that is a sad
We're going to double digits next time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do something special for that one.
Yeah. So our last one is as single figured podcast presenters, and then we go to dual figures. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I feel like now we got to 10. I feel like we know what we're doing a bit now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll act like we know what we're doing.
Yeah. There's always, every day is day at school. There's always more to learn, but I feel like we're getting more kind of comfortable with it. But it's been ages since we've actually sat down and recorded a podcast.
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
September.
It feels ages since I saw you, though.
Well, yeah, September and this first part of October has just been mental.
Yeah.
I don't actually think we sat down and recorded a proper podcast in this format during September, really.
No.
Maybe the very, very start, maybe the first week or so, but after that, I just don't think we've had
No.
chance to even sit down. So we had the Declan podcast in the bank already from the end of August, which obviously kept the content flowing for everybody who listens, watches. But being able to actually sit down and do a proper podcast, it feels like months ago now.
Yeah.
But we had a chance to record another guest podcast last week, didn't we?
We did, and we've got another guest podcast next week as well.
Yeah.
So they're filling up.
Yeah, we're getting there. And if you want to join us, feel free, drop us a message.
Tune in. Let us know if you want to, come on our podcast, talk about anything really.
So how have you been?
I'm really good.
You've got news, right? It is now Thursday, which in the grand scheme of things,
killing me. It's been absolutely killing me.
We set up the podcast on Monday morning to do a podcast, and then one thing led to another. We didn't get a chance to sit down. Ellen told me she got some news, and then said, "I'm not going to tell you till we sit down and do the podcast." So it's now Thursday morning, so I've been waiting since Monday to find out what this news is.
Do you know what?
Go.
I've had to take myself out of the office and was like, right, compose myself, go back in, and it's been so hard not telling anybody.
Well, no one knows.
I told Tom this morning.
Okay.
But no. But I wanted to let everyone else know on the podcast as well that me and my partner, I've got 2 dogs coming.
You bought 2 dogs? I was not expecting that.
I built that up too much then, didn't I?
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But
2
wow,
little
2.
puppies. Yeah. We went to Leicester last Sunday to have a look at them, wanting 1, and we came back agreeing to 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're more of a handful than children are, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. A few of our friends, they've got dogs and they've also got babies, and they said, looking after my baby's easier than looking after my dog or training my dog. But they're two boys, 2 cocker spaniels.
Oh wow. Full of energy.
Yeah, honestly, they're so adorable. So one is brown, like a merle brown, and the other one is white, blacky merly colour. They're just stunning, absolutely stunning.
I didn't know you're a dog person because you've got cats.
No, my parents, I grew up with cats.
Okay.
So you kind of just, when you're brought up with it, that's all you know, isn't it? But yeah, I have got my cat back at my parents' house, so she'll still be number 1. But yeah, we was going out for hikes and things, and now the house is all renovated. It's kind of like the next step, really.
Now your house is all renovated. You've gone and got dogs, which are going to
ruin it all.
destroy your renovated
Done it all
house.
wrong, haven't we? Done it all wrong. But yeah, so we're picking them up next Saturday. So yeah, going to be on puppy duties for a while. So speaking to Tom this morning saying, look, I'm going to be taking time out of the office to look after these pups.
Fair enough. Working from home to pup sit.
Yeah, pup sit.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Have you named them?
Yes, we've got Odie and Xylo.
Xylo. Odie and Xylo. Odie, is that like a Greek god?
Yeah, it is Greek. We were looking at them on the way to Leicester, like researching names, and I think they're both kind of Greek, but one like means like forest and one's like exploring.
Did you pick these names up when you were in Corfu the other week?
No.
No,
No.
that's just coincidence.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. Yeah, I've been to Corfu since the last time we spoke.
You've been all over the place, all around the country, international.
Yeah.
I've just
so
been here.
busy.
Boring.
Oh, but yeah, what have you been up to then?
Oh God, decorating
Yeah.
at home. It's been absolutely mental busy here. Haven't had 5 minutes to say we haven't had 5 minutes to sit down and do a podcast. It's just there's that much going on. I've got loads going on at home. It's just non-stop.
Yeah.
Really is non-stop.
Non-stop in the office as well, though, isn't it? Just
Phones are busy. Loads of emails. Loads of stuff going on digital-wise with the websites. So I'm going to hold my hands up. My content posting on our social media accounts for Instagram especially hasn't been as consistent as it has been over the last 6 months, over the last couple of weeks. But we've actually got a load of stuff in the bank now to go on socials. So it will pick up again and normal service will resume on social in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that's why we haven't turned around and not focused on social. It's just been there's been that much going on, website developments, things that we've been working on like the portal and stuff for our resellers. Just there hasn't been enough time really for with the commercial socials to get everything out there at the moment. LinkedIn we keep ticking over for everybody, but yeah, Instagram activity will be ramped back up. So watch this space.
Hey.
Yeah, well, with the amount of stuff you've been over the past couple of weeks, with the stuff that you've sent me.
Yeah, I've got more to send you as well from yesterday's meeting as well.
Yeah, well, I've got so much stuff on my phone that I need to transfer into the folders, shared folders, which upload to social. So yeah, if you're not following our social accounts, we've got quite a few. So if you want to just follow generic stuff for the Graphtec brand in terms of everything that we do, then we've got Graphtec GB social media accounts. If you're interested in the laser products, then we have Wood Innovations UK for everything wood related that we do. So lasers, laminators, with other stuff potentially to go on there very soon as well. We also have the podcast Instagram account, which we've got loads to put on there. I just haven't had a chance to, but there's loads to go on there in the next couple of weeks. So give us a follow on all those channels and you'll see everything that we've been up to over the past couple of weeks. It's been hectic.
Get involved.
Got new product news.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so it's been a while since Silhouette have released anything new, but we've just taken delivery of our first batch of AutoSheet feeders.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much a scaled down version of what you would find on the Graphtec F-Mark system, which can take up to 200 sheets. But the Silhouette have done an AutoSheet feeder for their little cutters, which can take up to 20 sheets, sticker paper, vinyl, anything like that.
It's going to be a game changer, isn't it, for those that are using sticker paper? Yeah,
like people who are into scrapbooking, label making, that type of thing. You can even use it to create. But if you put like sheets of paper or card in, you could do it especially this time of year leading up to Christmas. If you've got like a small Etsy business or something like that, and you want to create packaging, then you can use it to run off little gift package box sized things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is a game changer for automating your kind of craft workflow. So there's two available. There's they call it the letter size, but in the UK it's mainly for A4 media. That one is specifically for Silhouette Portrait 3 and the Cameo 4 12-inch. And then they do one that's A3 plus size, and that is for the 15-inch Cameo 4 Plus and the 24-inch Cameo 4 Pro. We've got them on the Craft Store Direct website right now. We've sold out of the initial batch that we had, but we have got more stock coming in the next week to 10 days, I think. So by the end of October, we'll be stocked back up on that, ready for Christmas as well.
And what's the RRP on those? Do you know
off the top of my head?
I don't.
I will find out for you now. The letter A4 size one. I should have had this set up on my phone, shouldn't I? So let me just scroll to the right page.
That's fine. Here. And how long have they been available, like in general?
They were. Well, we've known they were coming for quite a while.
Launched them, yeah.
But they got officially launched. I think it was they got officially announced that they were coming. I think it was last week in September, and they turned up in our warehouse about 4 or 5 days after they were initially spoken about.
I think Silhouette have also put posts out, haven't they, online to create that engagement with what these new products are.
Yeah,
that's why they've sold out straight away.
Yeah, to be fair, we've sold out of everything that we had initially, although the initial stocks that came over was quite limited numbers. The next order that we're getting through, we're getting quite a few more into stock. So if you're waiting for one, I say, well, what date is it now? I think we're the 13th of October now. In the next
13th.
5 to 7 days, I think we should be getting more in. So watch this space. If you're not on, they'll be available. They're unavailable on our website. Have any of the resellers taken them on as well?
Not yet, because we didn't have enough to give them out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But they'll be available through some of our selected resellers as well. Best thing to do is, if you want to be alerted to when they're next available, if you go on to the product pages on our craftstoredirect.com website, at the moment they're marked out of stock, but we have a stock notifier. So bang your email address in there, and then as soon as they become available next, you'll get an automatic alert. So in terms of pricing, what you're currently looking at is the A4 size 1 for the Portrait 3 and the Cameo 4 12-inch is £125. And the A3 Plus one is £139.99. Those prices are both including VAT.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really, really good attachment for the front of your machines if you're looking to automate.
It's quite a good price point really as well for what they can do. So the amount of time that's going to save you from loading each material into the machine, if it's got that feeder there, it's just automatically going to feed it in, isn't it?
Yeah, and what the really interesting thing about these is you might put 20 sheets into the feeder, but it doesn't have to be 20 the same job, because it runs a little bit like Graphtec's barcode system. You can barcode each of your print and cut jobs that you're sending through, and each of the sheets of paper or whatever material you're processing can have a different design on, because you print the barcode that you've selected for that design in Silhouette Studio, and each of those 20 sheets can be a different job. So it's not like you just have to mass produce stuff to do it.
Does that mean that the software slightly changed then to be able to, like normally you'd add registration marks around, you can add that in. Is there a unique barcode that you would add in on the software?
Yeah, there's in Silhouette Studio. Obviously, with Silhouette Studio, it's always good to have the automatic updates turned on, so you're always using the latest version of the software. So the latest updates to the software have inputted this barcode functionality into Silhouette Studio, so you can add that you can select your barcode, add it to the right design, and before you need to print these out on your printer. But as the sheet is loaded into the machine, the optical eye on the Portrait 3, the Cameo 4, whatever, can read that barcode. It knows that job is different from the last one it processed. So every time it goes in, it checks for that barcode. And if it's the same one, then it'll just obviously repeat the job.
So usually with my experience using a Silhouette machine, when you would do the job, it would then finish off, then feed the material back through to the first barcode.
Yeah.
Will it then feed that sheet back out to the other side?
Pops out the back.
Yeah.
Sends out the back of the machine, so it can feed the next one in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worth, obviously, these machines obviously they're desktop. They live on a desktop, don't they? So just make sure you've got room behind your machine so that whatever you're processing can drop out the back.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got your machine quite close to the wall, because of obviously Silhouette machines are different to Graphtec's, and the biggest thing is Silhouette runs from front to back, whereas Graphtec's notoriously run back to front, don't they? So everything comes out the front of a Graphtec machine, unless you're doing some other different type of applications. But normally, roll fed on the back comes out the front. Silhouette goes in the front, comes out the back. But when you eject the media, unless you've got a Cameo 4, when you want to eject it out and use the cross cutter to get a nice clean cut, you normally eject it out the front. So yeah, you just need to make sure there's runoff on the back so the sheet can drop out.
Have we got videos as well to show everybody what they can do?
Yeah, video content's available on our product page on the website. The videos are on there. We've also, coming soon, is going to be a Craft Store Direct YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Where all these, for our Craft Store Direct website, all these videos are going to go on to. Some of them are on a lot of our craft videos in the past have been on our Graphtec GB YouTube channel, but we're going to start putting a lot more stuff onto. We're going to get a dedicated Craft Store Direct YouTube channel to put a lot more of this content on, so when you're on that particular YouTube channel, you're looking at the craft products. But Silhouette themselves as a brand, all these videos are on their YouTube channel as well. If you look for Silhouette America and have a look through the content that they've put up as well.
So what sort of content will be on this YouTube channel? Will it be stuff that have been created internally for different products, like using the roll feeder, using different materials?
Yeah, so we're going to have... We released onto the Graphtec YouTube channel 4 or 5 weeks ago a series of 10 how-to videos to Silhouette Studio, which Hayley did for us. They're going to get transferred across onto our new YouTube channel. But we're also going to have our product videos that we get from our manufacturers to go on there as well, obviously, to back up the products that we have on our website. So any videos that you see on our website will be linked from there.
Okay.
And also in-house stuff that we do as well, that we create. Any kind of short-run videos that we do social media-wise, everything will live on there. So it'll be a video hub on there for everything that will be on the Craft Store Direct website.
The last month there's just been absolute chaos in terms of
Absolutely mental.
up and down everywhere, supporting resellers, going to see new products.
Yeah.
So we'll start off at the print show. So print show feels like years ago now.
Yeah.
That was an okay show. Was there supporting one of the resellers with the Graphtec machine 7000. We had our flatbed there and the F-Mark machine there. So we've had a lot of exposure with, especially the flatbed and the F-Mark machine, marrying them up with a manufacturing printer.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice to see, just kind of pushing that application out a bit more. I mean, the show itself, from my experience, was a little more quieter, but I think it might have just been quality over quantity of people.
It was a very bizarre week as well that week, wasn't it? With everything that happened with
the
Queen and it falling on the same week as the funeral and things like that. So I know the initial build and stuff for the show was disrupted because of the extra bank holiday that was put in as well. So yeah, it was a little bit of a strange week. Eventually, obviously, it was nothing that the print show could do. Nothing anyone could do to stop that. It was just, I think it just, whether it detracted from people wanting to get out and about a little bit. How did you feel it was in terms of footfall? How did you feel it was compared to like the big show back of the year after COVID was signed digital that we had our own stand at? So what was the footfall like? Was it as busy? Was it not quite as busy?
When was it? The Tuesday was quiet.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of people. Yeah, when normally at a show you wait around before the opening gate. There wasn't a lot of people there.
Okay.
But then throughout the day you would have waves of people coming through. One point you could be there tidying up the stand, chatting, and then next you have 5 people wanting your attention.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like
that
all day.
Was it more quality over quantity?
Yeah, I would say so. Like with what we said about the bank holiday, that's another day out of people's working week. So you're missing out on work for one day.
Yeah,
so you kind of have to
Which
prioritize
would explain the Tuesday maybe being a little bit more quieter than you would have expected, because people are trying to catch up on the fact they missed that Monday.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there on the Thursday, but from what everyone's told me, the Thursday was the most successful day in terms of footfall. There's a lot more people there. So again, it's kind of people are kind of prioritizing their time. They've missed out on a couple of days.
Yeah.
So yeah, but overall, it was an okay show for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I had a day at CMY UK.
Yep.
They had an open house event there.
Where are they? Just for people who don't know where they where are they
they're
located?
based in Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
So they're not too far away from Wrexham, actually.
No, they're not that far drive away from us, really, are they?
No, but yeah, they had all their large format hardware showcased. So they had our Graphtec machine there, which is the FC140.
Yeah.
And they were showcasing the barcode function on that
So
machine.
to marry it up with wide format printers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had Canon there, for instance. Mamaki were there as well, and they were getting an Epson machine printer into their demonstration room, but didn't quite get there in time for the open house event.
Right.
But that was kind of the route that we're going down.
Okay.
But yeah, we were showcasing the barcode, and that was quite good because, again, with the roll-fed machines, we've not really pushed that type of part of the machine, have we? That type of feature in terms of doing demonstrations in video content. So,
Yeah, getting a bit more exposure around
yeah,
that particular functionality, especially like marrying up. Graphtec no longer make printers, so there's no printer side for Graphtec to marry up in terms of doing a full package. But the Graphtec decided to fully concentrate on making the best plotters that they could do, and they are market leading for a reason. So exposing these new features on this latest incarnation of the FC to marry it up with your printers, just it's the way to go, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is. I was going to say something else then, but my mind's gone blank.
Mine's gone blank.
Yeah, that's what my life feels like right now. So yeah, that was a good.
Was that one day or was it a couple of days?
They did it over 2 days.
Yeah.
I was only there for the one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, just there for the one. So that was that. I'm trying to think of everything that's gone on.
Yeah.
Then RA Smart, another reseller of ours, they also had their own open house events.
Yeah.
And that was over 2 days. So I went for one day, which was on the Thursday. So this was quite recently. And they were talking about the laminator, so the wood laminator. They are quite invested into the laminating system.
Yeah.
So we're getting one of our units put into the demonstration room.
Great.
Didn't quite have enough time to get it in before their open house events.
Yeah.
Time was.
We've had a lot of orders from them as well, haven't they? A lot of them have been going out to end users.
Yes.
So we haven't really had a spare one that can be shipped out to anybody for them. So we've got more coming in, haven't we, for that?
Yes, we've got another shipment coming of the laminators. And then on the back of that, we've had quite a few demonstrations in here in the Wrexham facility. So with the F-Mark, flatbed, laminator, we've had different customers send in, variation of different materials to do different samples on.
Yeah.
So again, that's a kind of reflection on the trade shows and the open house events that's been going on the last, couple of weeks. So there's a lot more going on in our demonstration room.
Yeah. Which is now getting rekitted out again because we've just sold that laser over there, haven't we? To bring way for a new one.
A new laser machine. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that new laser machine. So we spoke it on a previous episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
The new laser machine,
yeah.
the S600. So we're getting that put into our demonstration room in the next couple of weeks. So that's really, really exciting.
That's great.
And today I am making my way to Glasgow later on today.
How are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, came especially for the podcast this morning.
That's spirit. That's what we need.
So up to Glasgow today. There's a creating craft show in Glasgow over the weekend.
Yeah.
So we've got Green Stick Materials. They will have our silhouette machines, the brother machines, and consumables, materials showcased there. So be there supporting them guys and having a little mooch around on what's in the craft shows, really.
Yeah.
I know I have been.
Are they doing the Birmingham one in a couple of weeks? Or they just they go into
they're doing quite a few. They've got Peterborough in the next 2 weeks. They have done one in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because they've got our demonstration units, the brother demonstration units.
Yeah.
And the cameo as well. So yeah, they signed up to about 10 shows over this year and beginning of next year.
And the one you're going to this week, it's one of the creative craft shows. ICH, yeah. So yeah, they're the creative craft shows. Now normally, up until the pandemic, we went twice. Yeah, we went twice a year with all of our craft products to them, but we haven't done one since the pandemic. So yeah, watch this space.
Yeah, so I'm quite excited to go up to Scotland and seeing how things are like up that neck.
Do you know? Can you remember which venue it is in Scotland? Where was it?
No.
No.
I don't
just
know.
In Glasgow.
Yeah, the Expedition Centre.
Right. Okay.
I think it starts with like a SCE.
Oh, it's not the Hydro, is it?
No. I should know.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Just bang in the sat nav, you'll get there.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
So, question for you. Of kind of like NEC shows, when you went to the print show, the resellers that have done open houses since then, do they also have stands at the print show?
No, no. They've kind of taken a different outlook on things. Instead of going to a show which takes, weeks to set up, weeks to plan, and then a week to prep, set it all up, couple of days, breakdown, they've taken all that preparation and put it into an in-house event.
So not talking about any specific reseller, like specifically in this little bit of a chat, but do you feel with the shows that we've obviously been to over the last few years, well, I say last few years, get rid of the last 2 years, but before then, compared to how it was before the pandemic to now, do you feel people are more going towards doing more stuff in-house wise than potentially going to shows?
As a reseller point of view now, or a customer?
The resellers are thinking we'll do stuff more in-house in our own venues rather than setting up a stand at a show.
I mean, it depends, possibly, because we were thinking about doing our own open house events here as well.
Yeah.
Just because we're already here, the time, the costing, it's kept to a minimum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas at a show, if you're showcasing something different, then you need that exposure. You need to go to these shows and you get a different kind of footfall of customers coming in to see. So we'll find the standard shows that, our resellers go to, they're the same sort of customer type. So going into like different types of shows, different events, we're finding that's kind of becoming more. So I know a handful of resellers, they're going at a different type of approach, doing a different show they've never really done before.
Yeah.
To try and market in a different kind of way to, scoop up some leads from a different direction. But it depends from like reseller to reseller, if they've got the ability to go and do these shows. But
I think it's a hard decision to make because you've got a situation where you've got, and it's the conversations we've had, we've got a really nice demonstration room now, all your kit's in one place, you haven't got to pay the transportation fees to move it around the country, but then you're relying on potential customers to make a journey to see you specifically for one thing, whereas they could go out to an event centre and see loads of different resellers all under one roof in one morning, one after a day, whatever, how long they want to spend there, but they can see a lot more.
Which is beneficial for some people, isn't it?
Yeah. So I personally don't think the days of shows
is over yet.
Is over because I just think some people are busy. They want to do as much as they can in one day. Yeah. And if you want to see one thing, or if you're looking for a particular piece of equipment and you've got an opportunity to see that piece of equipment by multiple brands all under one roof in a central point in the UK, rather than having to go to different places, take a day each to go and see, there's swings and roundabouts to it. If you want, the way I would think about it is if you want, not that you're dead set on something, but if you want to fully test the equipment and take your own samples, take your own media, your files or anything, then going to see, well, for instance, come here, you can do that. You can spend the time, run through everything. That type of thing isn't necessarily possible at a show, is it?
No.
Because you've got so many people on the stand asking questions. The machines are set up in kind of like demo mode to try and show everyone the full range of everything that they can do. So, but if you're just looking for an overview, then I still think there's place in the market for both, really. We'd like to do one in here next year, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we were toying with the idea of doing it towards the end of this year.
Yeah.
But again, we're still toying with that idea.
Yeah, we've got a bit of rebuild to do in the demo room, haven't we, at the moment?
Yeah.
Because new machinery coming in and out. So once that's all in and out, well, all set up, and we've got everything in here, then we can look at some potential dates. But whether we'll get to that before the new year, not sure. But
being optimistic there, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, but maybe first quarter next year.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely do want to do something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So if you're interested in coming to see us, to test out whether it's laser equipment, laminator, any of the plotters, even any of the craft equipment, just drop us an email, either sales at or marketing at graphtechgb.co.uk. Get in touch and we can accommodate you, get you booked in, and you can come and see anything. We had some. I think normally people would want to come and see us to explore what the big ticket stuff can do, but we do get inquiries through from people just saying, "I want to come see a cameo," don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
We had one the other day. Just email in. Did that go to you just to say, "I want to come in"?
It went to Michaela, but we're going to do a demonstration together with myself and Michaela.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can do it across all the different ranges. You know, they might come in and say they want a Graphtec machine, but really a silhouette machine's more suited for what they need, and vice versa. They might come in and want a Portrait 3, but really what they're looking at is an F mark.
Yeah.
So being able to see all the products and what they can do, not just for now but long term, is beneficial for anybody.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Cutting Matters podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, then feel free to drop us a comment and leave us a like. If you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification when doing so you get notified every time we upload more content. If you're listening on podcast providers, be that Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we'd really appreciate it if you could leave us a rating. But for now, thanks for joining us on the Cutting Matters podcast, and we'll see you again soon.